What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 3 movie Black Suit Spider-Man. This figure was released several different times from my knowledge that this figure was released in a Sandman Build-A-Figure wave when Spider-Man 3 came out for Marvel Legends, and it was also released a few separate times. Once was on a yellow carded line of just Spider-Man movie figures, and then it was released again on a blue card of Spider-Man figures, but each time he came with different accessories. This one right here would have came with a Build-A-Figure piece to build Sandman. And I know Hasbro just released a black costume Spider-Man, which has a Tobey Maguire's head sculpt, and that one is a lot more detailed than like the movies. But this one for me was just a classic nostalgic figure that came out in 2007, and I have more than one of these, but I actually kept this one to date because this one was always one of my personal favorites. What I really like about it is that we could see the silver web lines on Spider-Man, which we don't really see with every other black costume Spider-Man figure. Now, Spider-Man 3 was one of my favorite movies. It's not my favorite Spider-Man movie ever, but it's up there. I thought it was really good. And it's really nice to have this 6-inch figure with all kinds of detail to it. Taking a closer look at this figure, I do like the face sculpt on this one. I do feel like the face on this guy could have been a lot better. And the joints on this figure for me have just stiffened up over time. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this guy loose. But his head is supposed to move, and it is supposed to hinge up and down. He's got very nice detail on his eyes right here, though, I will say. I just think that the head should have been a little bit bigger and a little bit more proportionate to his body, but it's okay. It doesn't really bother me too much. And we got really nice silver paint applications throughout this whole thing. I really like the black paint that they used, and I like the way they made it silver and they actually painted every single one of his web lines. That it's nice and it doesn't really look like a mess at all. I think it fits really well on this figure. I also really love the spider on the back. That definitely looks accurate to the movie to me. So I'm really happy that they included that detail. And this is a very early Hasbro figure. You could tell because it has the ball jointed legs right there. And he does have a little bit of torso articulation right here, not too much. It only hinges left and right, and it can only go a little bit up and down. You can't really get this guy in all kinds of crazy poses. However, though, it does bend right here at the elbow. It can actually move at the elbows pretty well. It can swivel at the wrist a little bit. And he has a hole in his hand because this is where you would be able to put a web accessory, which I'm not sure the ones that didn't come with the web accessories, did they have this peg hole in his hand? I'm not really 100% sure. But he does bend at the knees. His legs do move and they can fully rotate. Since they're on a ball joint, they can hinge up and down, which is actually really, really nice. He doesn't have any articulation at the bottom of his feet, but his feet do hinge up and down, which is actually really, really nice. I like that he has like one open hand and he has like one fisted hand right here, and you can actually rotate the fisted hand and actually move it up and down a little bit so you can get his fist in all kinds of different positions. Overall, though, I think what really stands out on this figure the most to me is the silver paint around it. I do have a lot of black costume Spider-Man figures, but just because this one is distinct to that movie, this one stands out for me a bit more than some of the other ones do. So I know this was released in 2007, but the year is on his leg right there. And what's interesting is I feel like a lot of good Spider-Man figures came out around that time. Like, these figures came out at a time that Marvel Legends were just disappearing from the market. and Hasbro had first acquired the license to produce Marvel figures. And what they also produced was a nice line of Spider-Man action figures that were 6 inches tall and they were highly articulated. Like, for example, this black costume Spider-Man right here has been one of my favorites for a long time. And I say that not just because of all the articulation and detail he has. I mean, he does have finger articulation right here, not individually, but he does come with a web dart accessory, which is a play feature. But just look at that metallic, like, I would say like a blue-black look to it. I really like this white spider on this chest is ginormous compared to this one right here. And it also looks big on the back of him as well. So I actually really, really like that about him. And he is more articulated than this guy. Like, this one came out in the line, I think it was called Spider-Man Classic Heroes, or Trilogy Classic Heroes. Let's see if we can get a year on this guy. 2008. So this guy came out a year later, right after this guy. But what's really nice is that since I have an army of Spider-Man figures, that if I just put all these guys right next to each other. So now I'm going to bring in my Toy Biz Urban Legend Spider-Man, which was released several years before these guys right here. And then from 2008, definitely one of my favorite Spider-Man figures ever came out. And that was Spectacular Spider-Man. So what I like about having all these different Spider-Man figures is that I feel like each one captures a look to a different time in Spider-Man history. That looking more like a comic book Spider-Man, this being a Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man. That one kind of looks like more of like a comic book black suit. I do think the spider on his chest is too big, but I actually like it big that way. This one, of course, being 2008 Spectacular Spider-Man, so it's actually really, really nice to have these different figures from different lines of Spider-Man. Like these three right here were released by Hasbro. This one was released by Toy Biz. And since I have a Toy Biz figure right here to show, for example, from the 90s cartoon, I do have Spider-Man from that line as well. But here I have the Shocker from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Now, this figure is a little bit out of scale compared to these guys. It's not 6 inches tall like these right here. But it really does look like Shocker from that cartoon. So next to all these guys, I think they all have a really nice, unique look to them all. But going back to the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man figure, I gotta say, it's kind of hard to say which Spider-Man figure is my favorite, even though I always say it's this one right here. But going back to him, the Hasbro one that they made nowadays is a lot better, but this one right here just has a really nice classic look to it. It's not always so much on nostalgia, it's just more of like, this is the way I like the way the black suit looked. And I know on other versions it doesn't have the web lines, but that actually never really bothered me too much. That I just love all versions of the black suit. So if you're a Spidey fan, you definitely want to pick this one up. This one will not disappoint you in any ways. He's not superposable or anything, but he does have really nice detail. So yeah, this has been my review of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 3 Black Suit Spider-Man. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about these different versions of Spider-Man? And which one is your favorite? I really look forward from hearing from you guys. So thank you all for watching as always. And I'll see you guys on the next video review.